Hello folks, hope you have a great Thursday and welcome over to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have another Wind Waker Randomizer Miniblins Season 4 tournament match. We're in Molgera group in the winners bracket semifinals. This is the match between Laz and Dadvocate. On tracking we have Lola, Tiamaka and Bobby, and on commentary together with me is Chloe. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Very excited for this race. Both extremely high caliber runners, so I'm sure this will be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first time on comms, but I watched quite a decent bit of races, and yeah, those names are names I am very familiar with. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, Laz been on the rise ever since Miniblins Season 2 and has been improving very steadily. Of course, for anyone who's been watching Wind Waker for a bit longer, I'm sure you know the name of Advo. Champion of Season 4 Challenge Cup, champion of Season 5 and Season 6 main brackets, and also most recently champion of the Multi-World Tournament in Season 1. So yeah, definitely lots of titles to his name. I'm expecting a close match.
And that will be amazing, and here we go.
Alrighty. Looks like we're starting on some sort of fairy island.
Oof.
Oh, great.
Oof.
Okay, great. I already see a Pumpkin Bearer not required hint, which means it's door cancel time. Immediately. Basically.
And Advo is already going for it. Spiky on the Mother and Child. What do you hope to find? Oh, not this, I guess.
Piece of cheese is still nice.
Yeah.
Not useful immediately, but you'll always take it.
And border. So we will have to save Grandma. Or else,
Maybe. Like, at least we have the opportunity to.
I mean, if you have the opportunity to, you have to do it.
Yeah. I'm sure at least one particular person will disagree, but...
Oh.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So you like to see grandmother be in pain and suffering? Okay, that's the kind of person you are. Great. Okay. Joy pendant. Yay.
You feel the joy.
And here we start. So yeah, this is a delay text box.
Yep, storing the text box and opening a door while skipping through text box provides you with some weird physical properties. That is probably the closest to a feature in most games called no clip. AKA, you can jump through walls.
And that is pretty convenient. And looks like Laz is going to do the same.
Yeah, with Pumpkin and Vera being hinted that there's not really a risk on doing it early.
Yeah. And Advo is doing the check called Teach Rhythm, and that's a bunch of money.
money is definitely nice to have in the early game. Means you don't need to farm anything.
And that is right behind Advo. So yeah, pretty similar starts. The main section being Laz going to Mother Child Island.
Yeah, which I think Advo will do on his next warp, especially since he has that bottle. Can just bottle up a ferry immediately.
Yeah, that will be slightly better for him.
Yeah, although you can in theory also bank on getting access to one of the other 3 ferry fountains and bottle up your ferry there, if you want to do it the most efficient way. But I do think we're going to see an outset dip very soon, especially with outset being pathed to Goma.
Yeah. What I'm most interested in is Toji being passed to Godan.
Yeah, Toji path itself is always interesting.
Oh, first hold.
Nice little combat upgrade.
So what does it mean to have that Toji? Pass to self? Is it... Does it mean that the first bow is here?
It can mean a couple different things. Since the only items in Toji that can be pathed to itself are either a first bow, bombs, or... Okay, well, not
never mind about the
bow. Okay, so yeah, the possible paths for Toji now are either leaf or bombs. And if they are bombs, they're on a hop across.
Oh,
every single time.
Yes,
that's the only check available without bombs.
Interesting. So we are definitely not going to skip Overcross today.
Very likely no.
And Advo is leaving the island already.
Yep, sailing to Northern Triangle since it is the best. Yep, it is the best spot to get Cyclos, or like the fastest way to get Cyclos right now. And you can also get Salvage Core right here if he doesn't want to go to Pawprint just yet. And I imagine Laz will just... not immediately going behind. Is instead opting to bottle up a ferry.
Huh.
Which does tell me that she wants to go to outset pretty much immediately. And hard gun it for that path.
Yeah, and since you are going to outset, you should definitely pack a ferry. And power bracelets.
Actually big pickup for Advo.
Yeah.
Because I do assume that he might just... Oh, that's Trevor on Beetle 20! The Rainbow Rupee.
So, how much is worth that rupee?
500.
Okay, that's a pretty good stonks.
It is very good stonks.
Alright.
I was about to say obligatory grammar command.
Okay, actually that was this one I wanted to use, but hey.
That's
actually
very... Also good use of a command. For soup?
Soup!
Now, the one thing I'm most interested in seeing is, does Advo go to paw print afterwards, knowing that there is a grapple somewhere locked behind outset? Because now I would just be tempted to warp mother and child as Advo and go follow Laz onto outset, especially with that grapple underneath Link's house.
Okay.
And honestly, then I don't see why you're not immediately going for Dragon Roost afterwards.
Boomerang. Yeah, this hit is already going at a decent pace.
Yep, we already have everything we need for Dragon Roost Cavern to be Goma. It is incredibly check dense, and with Bow and Grapple, it is also really fast to do.
Yes, because
lots of checks per minute.
reverse. Or backwards. Okay, let's try first. Please for Advo. Probably warping to outset.
Yeah.
Alright. So. What was that on top?
I did not see that fully.
That looked like a paper.
It did, yeah. We know it's not Note to Mom. And since Private Oasis is barren, we know that we can just ignore it.
We don't care about which paper. The only paper-like thing that could be relevant would be the ghost shot. But,
yeah, and that has a different sprite, different model.
Okay, so Laz is going to get those power bracelets. So very small divergence between the two players. They are just doing the same things, but not in the right order. So
yeah.
The thing I'm most interested in is what is Laz going to do right now.
Probably Dragon Roost fight, I guess.
Exactly. Okay.
Which, after peeking Headstone, Advo will do as well. There is no reason to delay it, since it is arguably by far the best routing option that you can make. Loads of checks all around a dungeon you have to do anyway. Okay, Advo already wins for me. Because you've got Trevor.
And let's remind the viewers that Earth containers on required dungeons are actually something relevant. So.
Yep. With these Season 4 settings, also came a new toggleable setting in the randomizer, which does put progression items on boss heart containers every single time. So basically what that means is boss heart containers are always spiky chests.
So Laz is the first one to get inside the first dungeon.
Okay, and Advo does go for Cliff Plateau.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it makes sense if Deed's on Headstone.
Yep.
Yeah, in fact, delivery back is not required at all as well. Did you know about that note to Mom being barren?
Yeah, those settings are really paper light.
Yep. It's not like main season with Miniblins and Maggie's letter.
Ouch. Okay.
There we go.
First, second time's a charm.
Yep.
And we have storage and we are leaving the quadrant.
After getting storage, presumably saving at Bird's Peak Rock to save Scum Thorned.
But Peak Rock is not too bad because we already have grappling hook, so...
Yep, exactly. With grapple it is not bad at all. And that looks like all 4 DRC small keys are within the first 4 checks.
That's pretty convenient.
Yep, definitely is. And yeah, last opting to go forwards through DRC. Definitely not a fan of the backward strats.
Yep, and what's in here? Oh, Triforce Shroud.
More cheese. This is another DRC seed. Could be. Yeah, secretly the C in DRC stands for cheese, not for cavern.
I learned something. And Ghost
Okay,
Ship
Ghost Ship Shard.
So we
Will be nice
not
for
loading.
App since he is still on pace to get Ghost Ship at Crescent. It's also turning night.
All bracelets are kind of convenient.
They are indeed. I did not expect that Coral would still talk to you at that range.
Yeah.
It really is your keys.
Please everyone, do mock me, I just understood why he's called Coral. Please do mock me.
I won't.
And fun.
Okay, that is the boss key in Dark Room.
All keys. Oh, there is not much left in the dungeon. Bombs!
Oh, okay, that means Leaf is in top G.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, because that is the only path left that we have.
Yep. So, in which checks could it be?
Basically, every single check that is not the last 3.
Okay, that's a pretty large amount of checks.
And depending on how much you value a leaf for the rest of the seed, you might just want to go Toji immediately.
I mean, leaf is convenient.
Yeah. And you know you will not have the leaf before Toji.
That.
Yep. That room sucks if you're going forward.
Go away, enemy. Oh, come on. Oh! That is insane! I haven't seen that level of bullying for a long time.
Oh my god. That's just getting demolished by this room.
Mirror shield.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, no, don't fall. Okay.
There we go.
Phew. And Advo is still not going for DLC.
Yeah. I mean, if you're already at Bird's Peak Rock, then String Bomb Island directly afterwards just makes sense.
Looks like it was not spiky.
Yep. Alright, now Advo should go DRI. Because now there's actually nothing good to chain. Or you go Tochi. Either of those two. And
that's
looks like
Toji.
Advo is deciding to do the latter.
Huh.
Makes sense, is chasing that leaf. Right now.
And Laz will get those bombs pretty soon after completing the dungeon. So she is not. She's not really far behind or even behind. I don't really know.
It's just that they did different things in a different order.
Yep. Small key.
At least probably a small key.
Oh yeah, it could be big key.
Yep.
Okay.
Which in this case it isn't. Oh, it's a 50-50 if it's big key or not. Okay, instead of second slot key. Nothing on a biggie chest. So, yeah, looks like DRC was just full of cheese, basically. And a Picto that we don't need.
I mean, you need cheese.
At least probably. We might still need the Picto for Manenko.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm going to say first Picto is not required, but both might, so
yeah,
you don't want to sleep on that.
exactly. Oh, there's a leaf.
Yep.
Nice and early. Yeah, in that case, either use the hookshot to get the item, or what you can also do is target the pot on the right with the boomerang, and then the leaf, because that way the boomerang will go from right to left instead of hitting the wall.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Nice way to manipulate the boomerang's trajectory.
Okay, if you are Laz, what do you hope to see on that winner?
I guess base case would probably be hammer or a bow. Though she doesn't know about the bomb placement or the leaf. She just knows that one of the two is gonna be Itachi.
Yep.
Also, it was a very nice bomb ledge clip from Advo. Just go for one.
It was pretty clean indeed. And that statue toss is better than what you showed me earlier.
It's true. So for reference, I before the seed I did give Chloe a crash course on some strats and stuff.
I mean, I played some Miniblins seeds, but I think it was Miniblins season 2, so I know a bunch of advanced things, but not all of them. And considering the 2 runners we have today, I definitely had to get a crash course on advanced things.
Yeah, that's true, because there was gonna be a lot of advanced stuff, and them using basically every trick up this leaf. Okay, looks like it was a wallet on the heart container.
Okay, so you want to check the mailbox. I mean, you wanted to check the mailbox either way, so...
Yeah.
So what will it be in addition to bombs?
Guess we'll know at the next mailbox, I guess. Because I don't expect Last to check it at Dragon Roost.
Yeah, that mailbox is a bit out of the way, so...
Though with hookshot, it's not too bad. Admittedly. Since you can hookshot mailbox. Oh no, wait, we don't have hookshot. Haha.
I mean...
At least on that side.
Yeah. So, Laz saw a spiky, so we are going to get that. I think it will be cheese again.
Very possible. Honestly. Especially with all the items that Advo already has.
Yep. Okay, so what is it? It's a sword.
Okay.
Interesting.
Lots of spikies all around.
Yep.
Another one here on floating platforms with some more cheese. So currently 5 out of 8. In terms of cheeses found.
The one that Advo just got is the only one Laz didn't grab.
Correct.
small bonk.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient to land on that statue since you don't have to do the command melody and stuff, because command melody is slow.
And additionally, there's no withdraw spawn in this room if you keep yourself at a certain height.
That wallet was not leading to anything in the mailbox.
Yep.
Just a poor treasure chart. And this is Paw Print Island. I mean, Paw Print Isle. That's the same. Don't ask
Too
me.
much.
That was spiky, right?
Both those was spiky. Okay, there's fire and ice.
Okay, pretty convenient.
Yeah, pretty nice placement overall.
Yeah, and getting those ice rolls before Godan is good because of the one shot. You can one shot the ends.
Yeah, you know what would be really funny now? If Scalewall was the last bow.
Nope, bait bag.
Just
It
bait
is
bag.
just a bait. So we have power bracelets. We have the bait bag. So we have one thing to do.
Can eat the pig.
Yes, eat the pig.
I already saw that the last was eyeing Toji on a tracker. So you might see a Toji dip pretty much after she's done with Crescent and Eastern Ferry.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. And
Yeah, she does know that she will get the leaf there.
Yeah. Okay, looks like it's something.
Yeah, looks like that was spiky. Yep, and lighting that skull actually drops down the ladder immediately. It's a cool little strat.
Oh, and here's the last word.
Yep. Okay, actually, last doing present before Eastern Ferry does make sense because she can go and do Eastern Ferry after Toji. She does route in rather nicely.
Yep. The question is, how is she going to route the dungeon?
Really the same as that though. Starting with left side and going to right side. And looks like hop across is actually the boss key.
That is pretty annoying.
Yep, which does mean that we will see the wiki skip from that though.
Oh, I am actually not familiar with that one.
It is widely considered the hardest or most intimidating boss key skip in the game.
Don't say more, I want to witness it. Oh wow. Really?
Yep, you need to, like, not really need, but it's definitely helpful to have the wind set to east. Oh.
That bird was terrifying.
Yeah, that Kagura can actually screw you over. And we do a similar thing we do on Cliff Plat and leave into the loading zone.
Nice. But yes, this is indeed intimidating.
Yep.
Oh wow. That Golan was really not cooperating with that beam.
Nope. Ooh, right, and last does not have boomerang or hookshot, so she does need to use the box right here. And oh, this is really tight timing wise. Okay, but Ken is able to pull the box far enough to make it across here.
Yep. And that's a leaf. Nice.
I do need a reminder, where was the hookshot again?
I actually have no idea because I looked away and then
feel
I
like
had the hook shot.
Okay, Cliff Plat higher. Thanks. I thought it would be on that chain.
Oh, that's why I don't. Okay. That was told, right?
Yep, that was thought.
Okay. Okay, then it makes sense. I was already thinking, wow, first hit and you are not paying attention to key items. Good job, Chloe. Nope.
It happens. We're
The
commentators
text box-
after all.
The text box did not appear.
Some cheese from the nose.
Okay. So that's 6.
Yep. I feel like that that particular Triforce piece wants to know a bunch of secrets. You can say it's pretty nosy.
Maybe I agreed to comment that with you.
Don't ask me.
Yeah. Was in the lead? That's a pretty good question.
At this point, hard to tell.
I feel like Laz has more progression made into the seed, but Advo has more key items. I would say it's really, really close.
Across the RC will mainly just be faster due to courtesy of him doing it backwards.
Yeah.
Bomb speed up a little should also, although those are not insane speed ups.
No, but those are
Not to the same degree like the boat speeds up the dungeon. I would say if you're going backwards.
I mean, considering that Laz has been pretty bullied by that lava room. Yeah.
Yeah, the Magtail was not particularly kind to her.
That's the least we can say.
Exactly.
So, chat, are you big cribbers or not? Do you expect Crib to have anything.
I want creep to have something. I definitely do.
I would like creep to not have lighter rolls. Because that's
So creep
boring.
would just be funny though.
So Advo going for the backwards. DLC sniping those ropes.
Yep.
Huh.
Okay, that's number 2. And number 3.
Yeah, number 2 was a bit more annoying than 3.
Yep.
They are all so down.
Good use of the shield to shield from the bomb explosion.
Wow, people using shield in this game.
Yeah, a rarity, especially in non-ET seats.
Yeah, I mean, ET doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, I meant a shield to, like, protect.
I know. Like, the most other use it gets is for the Ganondorf fight.
Yeah, that's the only time you need to parry something, and it's the arrow that Zelda is sending at you. I find it very funny that it works without a mirror shield. Because it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But who cares?
The thing is, you technically don't even need a shield for it altogether. You can still do it just with hammer.
That sounds like Ocarina of Time bouncing the balls from Ganondorf with the bottle.
Yeah. Even though you can do that as well in Wind Waker against Phantom Ganon.
I mean, at this point that must be a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no way
It is a battle gimmick. It is a gimmick at this point.
Yeah. Because there is no way that with two very, very different game engine, you get the same kind of issue.
Yeah.
With so many years apart, like...
Exactly.
Okay. We are still missing 2 Triforce pieces, right?
Yep, 2 Triforce pieces and our lights. Is what we're missing for Restream No Mode.
I mean, at this point, it's nearly Lars No Mode as well. Because she is only missing 1 Triforce piece compared to our knowledge, and it would be on the way. Like,
yeah.
Literally on God's nose.
Yep, and look how nice this room is backwards. Even without leaf, it's pretty fine.
That's the 3rd statue for us. So it's actually a good thing that the runners discovered that the boss key is on upper cross. Like, that's literally the best case scenario, because you can skip it and not come back for it.
I mean, by far the best case is if a small key is on upper cross.
Oh yeah, you can skip that.
Yeah. Because You don't have to do any weird storage shenanigans. To skip that check.
And you're getting the first picto.
It's quick storage from last.
Yep, very efficient.
Both will probably be done with their respective dungeons at a similar point in time.
Which gives kind of an advantage to Advo, I think.
Yeah, the route with Portland and Cabana is definitely shorter than all of Cliffplat, BPR, Thornt, and Bomb Island.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long road. And Laz is in the post room.
Yep.
Oh. Wrong elemental roll.
Fire arrows work just as well.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was only ice rolls.
Yeah, fire and ice arrows have the same damage values.
Is chat winning? Always. Always.
Let's ask the ahead command. Yes, chat is winning.
Nice beam cancel.
Yeah, Godan is no longer ahead apparently. That was previously the whole joke.
That's second. Oh, third. Okay.
Yeah.
The pass could not be open. Okay, so the runners will soon both have both dungeons done, and it will be time to hunt those last Triforce pieces and the lighter rolls.
Yeah.
Bless you, Godan.
Indeed.
Alright.
For getting hit twice by the fire from Goma's attacks. And yeah, Laz now making her way over to Eastern Ferry.
Yeah, makes sense.
It doesn't get much quicker than that.
No.
No, we're not doing Wither Trees today. Thank you.
Really? Oh, unfun. Yep. And eating that rock.
I'll be honest, I didn't remember the text being that long either.
Yeah, it's...
That's why if you need to do wither trees, you just take the forest water and pour it onto them.
Yeah, you never talk to them. Talking is only useful when you need to know something, but when you do know stuff, it's pointless.
Yeah.
So that boomerang is convenient in case of a very, very, very bad PG fight, I guess. But that's about it.
Yeah. At the very best.
Like, this was runners of a different caliber. That boomerang could even be like absolutely required.
Yeah.
But those two will be very fine without it. That was a sword, right, on the eye?
Yes, that was a sword on fire cross.
Oh, it's actually way faster to do with the leaf. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It's incredibly fast. It's by far the fastest method. Again, technically, last also didn't do the fastest leafless method.
Okay.
It's hard to explain right now. If you want, I can show you at some point later.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Oh,
so...
I got really scared for a second.
Oh.
Because Laz was jumping or falling for so long that I thought she had missed the warp, but...
Would that put them in video?
It would have been a really annoying time loss.
So what do you have to do in that situation? Do you void or do you just have to reset the game?
No, you void.
Okay, at least you void.
Yeah, but then you have to walk all the way back and do it the vanilla way.
Oh yeah, because you can't get storage anymore.
Yeah.
So your Laz just got the hook shot, right?
Yes, Laz just thought the hookshot on top of a cliff plateau.
And she probably saw that when saving.
Yeah. Yep, just noticed.
Yeah. Okay, Advo got the fire and ice. I don't remember. Advo checked Ghost Ship or not?
Nope, I put it not.
Okay.
Advo's
so-
ghost ship should be at Diamond Step right now. If my memory serves right. Which is the same spot for Laz.
It's depending on the number of night takers, right?
Yeah.
The
It always starts out at Crescent, and each night after it moves to a different predetermined quadrant. And for night 2, it's always Diamond Step. Imagine if we could randomize the ghost ship locations at some
You
point.
would have to open the map. Wow.
I mean, we already have some crazy stuff planned for the future. One of those being Rupee Sanity.
Why?
Because new locations. And because then islands like Gale actually have checks on them.
I don't even know where that is.
Gale
Okay,
is
I
just
just saw
north
that.
of... Yeah, Gale is just north of Windfall.
Isn't that like...
It's the Wind Temple dungeon.
Yeah, that's Wind Temple, okay. Ooh, Pod Sanity, you.
DRC gonna be even more stacked than usual.
Okay, do we still think Advo is ahead?
This point, slightly yes. Which is basically all just because of, well, not all because, but majorly due to last doing DRC forwards and getting bullied by that MacTail.
So, what are the main differences? Check-wise?
Bomb Island, basically.
Oh yeah. Oh right, and Bomb Island is not a fun one.
Nope.
Like, I really struggled remembering the name of islands, but that one I know. And it's not for no good reason.
Yep. Oh. Ah, barely.
The reason is as bad as a dungeon. I mean, as a cave. Oh. I have a bit of buffering on that both side.
Yeah. Same for me. He did mention previously that his interconnection might be a bit rough.
So what was in that spiky chest? Okay,
It was a shot.
Yes, because of his tracker. Okay.
Yeah, so Advo is now 2 items from go mode.
That is indeed a big advantage.
Yep, whereas last is still on 3 items.
I mean, I would like to see a pig eaten, please.
So do I. It's just basically the last place Advo will go.
Oh. Bit of physique.
Yeah.
Pig needs to fly, exactly. And that's a mirror shield for us.
Yeah. The thing is, unless either of them peak transparent has to be spiky, you don't go to Windfall next after this route. If you go for check density.
Yes, Laz has a hook shot. It just
yes,
that
but,
it was told.
yes, but I was just putting myself in the mind of non-believers.
Nope, we don't need a hammer of our irons. We are just missing the lighter rose and one final shard.
Yep.
It would be funny to see lights on Master Sword chamber.
It would be very funny indeed.
Okay, Laz is going to get a 7th shard.
Yep. So now Laz will just be trailing behind that though. Okay, it seemed to be spiky. We still have some bait items left, like the aforementioned iron boots or the hammer.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing. Yeah, empty bottle. Nice. I do like suffering, to see suffering. So,
Of course we do. We're on restream after all.
I mean, and I also come from Majora's Mask Randomizer, so
Yeah, true.
this is pretty much our main thing.
Yep.
The suffering.
So if Laz just routes the same as Advo, then
Yeah,
there is basically no way that Laz will win unless something really bad happens to Advo execution-wise.
Yeah, so if you are rooting for Laz, you want to see different routings, divergence.
Basically, you hope that Laz goes creep and creep has something, or big pig. However, I don't
Why not
see
both?
her. That could be. I just don't see her doing that.
That was a bottom for Advo. At this point, this is the scene just saying, haha.
Pretty much. The scene is just laughing at you.
Mean seed. We are proud of you. And happy 1 hour, David.
Oh, right. We've made it to the 1 hour mark. I hope you're enjoying this race between Laz and Dadvocate, our two lovely runners. If you haven't already, consider giving both of them a follow. Also, big thanks to our two trackers, Bobby and Lotta, for keeping the trackers clean and paying more attention to the race than we do in terms of item placements. And also, big thanks to you, Chloe, for hopping into the comms booth with me.
It is my pleasure, and thank you for commentating my first Wind Waker Rando Seed with me. It's been a pleasure.
Glad you enjoyed it so far.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure I will keep enjoying that.
There's Hammer.
Wow,
At this point, just the bait item.
I mean, does Hammer open anything except for that Thorned Fairy Island?
Technically also Private Oasis, but we know that Private Oasis is bad.
Yeah, it's dead, so.
Yeah. In this case, no. The only item to currently unlock more checks for us is that second Picto. And the last shot from Master Sword Chamber.
Yep. But yeah, we are kind of running short on checks, so.
Yep, we are slowly getting into single-digit territory. I think we're already in single-digit territory on Advo's side.
7, 8, 9, 10 for Laz, so. Oh, plus.
Yeah.
This. Yeah, maybe just 10 now. So yeah, absolutely single digit. For Advo.
Okay, there's a spiky at the end right here.
And it is a Picto number 2. Yuck.
Incredible. Truly incredible.
Yeah, so what do you do if you're Advo? What is your first location?
After Angular, you go Windfall. Pretty much every single time. Because it just has 3 checks.
So what does Angular have? for us tonight.
Nothing in the cave. Like I'll big shot and go MSC.
I mean, I would very much like to see that.
Oh, same. We'd have Spiky on peak before that.
And that's a final job.
Okay.
So we can get Crib and get the pig.
Pig. Yep.
Or could we get like some weird chain of...
No.
No,
There
not
is no
enough.
chain left.
Yeah. Ugh. Infuriating. Oh, this wood is not willing to burn.
Master Lord Chamber was not hinted. But Pompian Vera is the Menenko is the fastest check right now.
And that's
Okay.
a little road.
That's GG's, presumably.
Yeah.
Because that last bow puts everyone go mode.
Yep. Like, Laz needs a miracle at this point, and like a true one.
Yep.
Advo dying 10 times to PG, and 7 to Ganondorf, like...
Yeah, it gets into borderline ridiculous territory.
So, if I remember correctly, you are going to face the loser of that race, right?
Yes. That is in fact correct.
How do you feel about that?
I'll give that answer during the interview.
Alright. So, barrier is being shattered.
Yep. The thing is, even a death to Ganon
Is
wouldn't
not
save
enough.
Laz at this point.
Then it's to be Shane dying. And I mean, they have 6 art. They are not going to die multiple times.
Yeah. Like, Advo has
Even
to.
once. Yeah.
Has multiple balls if he wants to duplicate it even further.
I mean, what's the point when you already have one bottle is enough to dupe?
Yeah. Just funny solving world hunger, you know. Just endless amounts of soup.
So that's Deluxe Picto for Laz, and that will be the path to the lighter rose, but sadly it's too late. I am not even gonna react to that message because it's so infuriating that.
Infinite balls of half-consumed soup, exactly.
So you did tell that if Laz was going to do the checks in the same order as Advo, so orders that could make the most sense density-wise, she would lose, and that is indeed what's happening.
Yeah, it's just that Advo had a pretty decent pretty decent amount of time between himself and her.
Yep.
And if you're just following behind, then most of the time, at least if your skill level is very comparable as well as execution, you're not saving or any time.
Oh wow, Laz is going for the Master Sword Chamber.
Yep. And it's not gonna find anything in there.
That... I mean, I like this.
It is the most aggressive play.
Yeah. Sadly, she's not going to be rewarded for that, so...
Yep.
And we are moving to the Spooder on Advo's side.
Good old PG2. Also, I gotta say, I had a moment once where I took a closer look at Puppet Ganon, and ever since then I imagined that Puppet Ganon has a small top hat on his head.
I can see that. I can absolutely see that. And that was a really, really, really nice triple hit.
Ooh, also very nice insta hit.
Okay, I need to learn that vocabulary.
Okay, are we getting a truck? Yes,
nice.
we are. Beautiful Puppet Ganon.
Yeah. Okay, if you are rooting for Laz, you hope that Advo will void during the climb.
Multiple times. And dash Ganondorf, and maybe then Laz has a chance.
Sounds like a plan.
However, there's basically no way of that happening.
Especially like there are some really, really safe clips, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep. Nice Pox Slide and also beautiful grapple skip.
Yep.
And out to Ganondorf.
Very, very, very good for first phase.
Yep, and on to phase 2.
That's efficiency, if I've ever seen it. And GG to Advo for winning that race in a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes and 1 second.
Very well done. And Laz deciding after seeing the result that you will forfeit.
Yep.
And we also will have Advo in for an interview. Hello, Advo. GG's.
Hello, GG.
Hello, GG. That was kind of wild.
Yeah.
That was one of those seeds where you just like, I don't know, you just like find the god route and you kind of, things just happen.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know, like, I don't actually know if I could have done anything better, basically. Like, I mean, there were like tiny mistakes, like my touchy throw one was like a little bit slow. I fell after DRC mini boss, but like there was, even just routing wise, I don't even know if there's anything that could have gone better.
Yeah, I'm
so lucky.
I'm not sure either. One thing I did want to ask, what made you go the Cliff Plat chain before potentially going for DRC?
I mean, it's like I had everything I needed for that chain. There was no reason not to do it to me. I don't know. It's just like I can like it was like like I could clear that optimally very easily, and I was like, there's still some things I could find. If I find fire arrows or bombs for DRC, it still gets faster because I like it can break the boards and stuff, and it can save some time. So I was like, maybe I find bombs or fire arrows, and so I did. And then I was like, okay, well now I have bow and bombs, and I know Leaf is in Taji, so I will just do Taji first, and I might even have Leaf for DRC.
Yeah.
You were pretty rewarded for that.
And then also like, I was looking at like, ooh, maybe I can even do Crescent. Like, I mean, I guess I could like have, like I didn't have Leaf by then, so I was like, maybe if I do Taji, I can do Crescent Leaf or something. It will also save a lot of time if it's required, which it was.
Yeah, but not for the reason you initially thought, because, hey, here's a second born portrait.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, I was a little upset at Ghost Ship, Bottle into Diamond Step, Bottle.
Oh yeah, we actually enjoyed that.
With just Southern Fairy Hammer.
Yep.
I was like, wow, that's all the things I don't need anymore.
But you never found those iron boats.
I was like at Great Fish when I got the one of the last items, and I was like, how lucky can I get? I have like 18 checks remaining on something, and then like, ooh, spiky, nothing. Ooh, spiky, nothing. Ooh, an item, still nothing.
Yeah. Sometimes the sea just does you dirty like that.
It gave me a lot of other things, so I won't complain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's not much to say because it just like kind of worked out.
Yeah. It was pretty straightforward, that is true. And yeah, I definitely agree with the decision of going Taji before DRC in that instance, for the exact reason you already mentioned. You know that the leaf has to be in there, or at least locked by something in there. And then everything else on Overworld and in DRC just gets faster.
Yeah.
And once you got the bombs, I was like, okay, definitely right call.
Leaping the item it's if you can get it early, you get it. There's no reason to delay that.
Yeah, we did have very slight divergence between the two of you because before it just drifted apart completely. With Les going to Mother and Child first, and then also opting to not get Cyclist and Salvage Core on Northern Fairy, instead going to Outset immediately.
I was going to win if I was like, I could have kind of done Outset before this, but I was like, well, Pompion. But I love the Pompion where I hinted dead after we said like in the race room, like, it's time to lose from LDC 50-50, and I was like, well, not today. So it's like, I'll just do that first. But then I went like, I was like afterwards, I was like, do I go to Crescent or do I go like, I even before I got the bow, I was like, do I actually go Crescent or do I just go to Outset after this? And I got like the bow and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I just can do Cyclos and Salvage Core instead and take that decision off my shoulders. And I got Power Races and just an Eastern. And obviously I don't go up to Poppin when I know my grapple is probably just laying on Outset.
Exactly.
It's just one of those things where you just get lucky as hell.
Sometimes you just gotta get lucky, I guess.
And also play well.
Of course, yeah. That's...
I was pretty happy actually. Like at the beginning of Miniblins, I was like, my storages have not been great before the most part of Miniblins, but like yesterday and today, I was like, okay, I actually only missed like 2 or 3 today. Which is like kind of what I want.
That's a crazy rate. Even for
I missed
top runner.
I missed like 1 on Cliff Plat and I missed 1 on DRI or something. I pretty sure that was it. I even got the bomb push on touch EP key skip like weirdly after I failed the initial thing.
Yeah.
So, you are moving to Winner Bracket Final, if I'm right?
Yes, Bobby, I'm
Yes.
waiting for the Nexus
Nexus Civil War.
exactly that one. I did it.
And Laz is going to face David in the lower bracket.
Yep. In either way, I got to scout my opponent, although it didn't really help with anything since I already know how both of you route and play for the most part.
There has been a race or two to mind it, so one can watch.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's Molgera bracket is just kind of scary. You're just
It do be
like
like
sitting
that.
in loser's bracket quarters or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, yep, my opponent is Laz now.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
but
I already fear I'm getting double revenge by Fruits of Doom after what happened in Multi-World. Because first I got knocked down to lower brackets by Lurik, and now I am looking at potential elimination by Laz.
But that's what happens when you are playing in the highest group
Yep.
in those kind of tournaments. So, yeah, all your opponents are going to be very scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really fun. I started to log on last recently. I think this is my first Miniblins tournament I'm actually playing in. I think I dropped out of the first one we still didn't like bottom 24. And
Yeah, that
and
was
the
still
other
with overqualification.
Yeah, and then the other two I just dropped out.
Yeah, that's fair.
We all can think.
But I guess for this
me playing.
Miniblins, you do have a reason at least
Exactly.
to play.
Now I gotta win.
Yep. Potentially prove that you're the actual better player in next of the wins.
So true. We'll see about that. Hey, but players like today, I definitely have chances at least.
Yeah. Anyway, that's basically everything I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you two have anything left.
I don't.
Not really, I just watched, talked a bit, and enjoyed it.
Glad you did so. Yeah, then thanks to everyone for sticking around and watching this match between Laz and Advocate. Consider giving them a follow if you haven't already. Big shouts to our two trackers, Bobby and Lala Chimaka, for updating the tracker and keeping better track of the items than we did. And of course, big thanks to my fellow co-com, Chloe. We'll be back on main in about 30-ish minutes for a Link to the Past NMG League race. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be raiding us over to Olabart, who's currently doing Wind Waker Rando themselves, and yeah, hope to see y'all again for the next Miniblins race, and until then, see you soon, and bye bye.
Yeah.